It's Tuesday, April 17th, 2012. It's the 404 show on CNET TV. I'm Jeff Bacala.
And I'm Justin Yu, and this is the show where Jeff takes an ice nap.
Ice nap.
Permanently.
Man.
You ate it yesterday.
I'm okay, though. You know what's funny? I don't know what's worse, my hip or my allergies, because I'm struggling, man.
Yeah.
It's my voice. You hear that?
You better cancel that dance class.
I can't talk.
Well,
and that's what I do every day.
You're all flamed up. Your sinuses are bad.
But I'm not stuffed up.
Yeah.
I could breathe.
We all are. We all are.
We asked in the pre-show, how come when you're sick, only one side of your nostril, one nostril gets clear and then the other, then they switch back and forth?
And that might be because you're tossing and turning in bed, so whatever side you're on, that's the one.
You think so?
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like
think so.
I agree with Richard.
It happens when you're standing up,
happens.
right?
It happens to me when I'm standing up sometimes.
Like sometimes when I'm walking down the street, all of a sudden I'll just feel it go like to the other side of my face.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Maybe one of your legs is longer than the other, and you're leaning toward the side.
And it's just like a gravity sort of thing?
Yeah, it could be.
If there's a doctor in the house, call us up and let us know why the hell that happens.
We only cover the most pressing questions on the 404.
It's a little abstract piece of trivia.
Like the Velociraptor.
Exactly, but nevertheless, I would feel better knowing the answer.
Yeah.
And that's what we do here on the show. We get down to the nitty-gritty, and we find out all the answers.
Tell people where the show title came from.
I fell down pretty hard yesterday in my hockey game, and I'm walking funny. It's bad.
Nice.
It sounds nice. You like
No,
that?
that's not nice of Justin.
No,
Laughs like that.
you can't laugh at that.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay, but the worst part about it is that it was nothing but my fault.
You didn't get like shoulder checked or anything
Nope.
like that. Just fell?
I tripped over nothing.
That's why you
I
don't.
lost an edge.
Humans
and
don't belong on tiny little pieces of steel rolling around on ice.
What, these knives that are touched?
Yeah, exactly. That's like, who invented the whole ice hockey?
I don't know. Let's not. I don't want to talk more about that. I want to talk about.
Hey, show us your bruise.
No, it's not bruised.
Not?
No, it's just like the hip bone.
Oh.
Do you know what I mean? It's under. It's. There's and I'm surprised because I have a fat ass.
Oh, someone please isolate that soundbite, please.
And
I would give anything for that soundbite.
So would I. And I got one of them. And
that booty.
All those inches and inches of blubber that protect my hip from myself.
We gotta stop talking about this. I'm getting very excited.
You're getting hungry. Is what you're getting.
Table's moving.
So anyway, quick programming note. I know Wayne Brady's definitely gonna be in our program. We've been switching back and forth the days, and I just want to clear the air. It does sound like officially he's going to switch back. He's going to be on Friday because he's getting in a little earlier now, and we'll be able to have him on at a proper time on Friday.
Cool.
I think, so as of this recording, that's when he's going to be on this Friday, April 20th.
Okay.
Okay?
Sounds good.
So I want you to know, I want you to know, and I want you to know. All right? And that's all that matters.
Me?
You.
Okay.
Just you. Let's jump into things, shall we, Mr. Yu?
I wanted to talk about this yesterday, but we didn't get to cover it, and now it's a little older, but doesn't matter.
It's fine.
We'll talk about it anyway. Tupac at Coachella. Jeff, you've heard about this, right? So at the big music festival, Coachella this year, there was a groundbreaking performance. Tupac was resurrected from the dead.
Yeah.
Of course, he got shot in 1996, I believe.
He's been dead for that long.
He's been dead for a while.
That's, 17 years? Oh, no, 16 years. That's crazy.
Yeah. But this is really cool, and I wish we could show a video of this, but pictures we'll have to do because he kind of cusses a lot. But it's awesome because it looks so realistic, and this has got to be the future of musical performances for us. I mean, okay, so everyone thought initially that it was a hologram. It's not a hologram. It's a holographic image. And it's important to note that because it's not, it's like this is basically the same technology that Will.I.Am from Black Eyed Peas used to display those election results.
Right.
It's kind of cool, though. I guess this company, AV Concepts, is behind it. And there's actually a separate room on the side of the stage where they have the image projected. And then there's a big sheet of Mylar next to Snoop Dogg here, which reflects that image onto the stage. So that's what makes it look so 3D and realistic. And it's actually 3 stacked 1920 by 1080 images. And that's what gives it that 3D effect.
So I'm still confused as to how they display this.
Okay, so it's a technique that's like 5 centuries old. Did a little research on
5
this.
centuries old.
5 centuries old. It was actually invented in the 16th century, and
What?
magicians have been using it for a while. It's called Pepper's Ghost. That's the technique,
Okay.
right? So there's a stage, right, that everyone can see. There's actually a hidden stage on the right-hand side
Okay.
where the original image graphic is projected onto,
Okay.
right? And then they have a really thin sheet of Mylar where you see Tupac standing here on the main stage
Gotcha.
that reflects the projected image on the side stage.
Okay.
And that image is such high quality that it's actually 2D, but the pixels are so fine that the audience kind of gives
It
it
looks
a 3D
really
effect.
good.
Yeah.
Do you think people were freaking out?
People were free. Yeah, I mean, if you watch the video, the coolest part about it is that he comes out, introduces himself, and says, "What's up, Coachella?"
How does he do that?
It's weird, right? And then he points at people in the audience.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Where did they grab this footage? Where did they grab this original footage? Is it CG?
It is CG.
Okay.
Yeah. So AV Concepts worked with Dr. Dre to bring this image, and what they do is splice together Tupac's old performances
Right.
into a montage of, that basically creates this new video
Right.
of him.
That's crazy.
So I don't know if he said Coachella in conversation before in some other
So
recorded
at some point in
performance.
his life, he said Coachella.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
and it was recorded.
But yeah, it's so cool. I mean, it's kind of funny to see Snoop Dogg unsure of where to look. Because
Yeah.
sometimes he kind of goes over to him. He doesn't want to put his hand through
Right.
Tupac's face. It's kind of funny to watch him sort of maneuver around him.
It looks like he keeps a safe distance the whole time.
Yeah, yeah.
He's like, I don't want to mess with the effect there. You know what I mean?
It would have been funny if Tupac had gotten on stage and been like, "What the hell happened to my shirt?
Yeah,
Pretty
right.
sure I died in '96 with a shirt on, guys."
Reminds me of that Chappelle show skit.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh man, that's just crazy. So people freaking out. The same people who didn't realize there was a Titanic thought that Tupac was still alive.
Yeah, I mean, this looks so good though.
It looks really
right?
good.
It looks really awesome. You guys should go watch the video. And it just kind of got me thinking, is this what is going to be acceptable
No.
for live performances now?
For dead
maybe
people.
not to substitute people that are still alive.
I mean, if Biggie and Tupac want to have a concert and go on the road with
Yeah.
their like projections, I think you're a little weird to pay money to see the projection of a dead person.
right.
Uh,
Squash that beef.
but hey, it's in this context,
Right.
using it as a cameo and as a purely a special effect sort of
Mhm.
spectacle. Sure,
Well,
what am I gonna get mad at?
It got
there?
so much media attention that the company behind it, and Dr. Dre, said that they might take it on the road. So they could do a traveling thing. I would maybe not go watch Tupac, but I would definitely be up for watching past acts. Who would you want to see?
Queen.
Queen? You
I want
wanna
to see
Freddie
Freddie
Mercury?
freaking
That'd be
Mercury.
great.
Yeah, hell
That's
yeah.
who I want to see.
Definitely.
Enough said. I mean, there's no one else. Maybe then they could do like a Nirvana thing.
I was gonna say I want to see Kurt Cobain.
Get
with
into Nirvana. do
Why
s-
not Michael Jackson? I want to see that completed "This Is It" tour.
God.
I'm serious.
I don't know. If you go and you see Freddie Mercury,
Yeah.
you did not see Queen.
Okay.
You saw Queen with an asterisk at the end of it, and at the bottom it says projection of a dead guy.
Right.
Is what you saw. Unfortunately, it's sad, but I mean, hey, if you can feel some sort of like, if you can just knock another thing off your bucket list and be
Right.
like, hey, I got the sort of see Queen live.
Yeah.
Go for it.
You know what? Screw it though. I want to have a whole Bill and Ted reenactment. I want like Amadeus, Mozart on there. I want to
Yes.
see Rufus up there too. You
Bring
know?
friggin' Beethoven up
all
there.
those guys. I want to see Socrates.
Socrates.
Giant performance.
That would be cool. How amazing would that be?
Then I want Ben Franklin in the background composing.
Sure. Genghis Khan.
Genghis Khan up there. Joan of Arc on the ones and twos.
And then the finale, Abraham Lincoln is just going to give like a
Deliver.
little monologue, talk to you about the Emancipation Proclamation for an encore.
Yeah, definitely.
That's crazy. But it's funny though, man.
It's funny, but I could imagine a future, maybe in like a decade or so, when this technology comes into the home or in mobile handsets, you could have live performances in your living room.
Wasn't this the plot to that movie Simone?
What?
With Al Pacino?
Yeah, I remember that.
What, like Al Pacino was somehow, I didn't see it. I just remember what exactly the film was about. Al Pacino was involved in some sort of conspiracy where they created this celebrity that wasn't real.
What?
It was
Yeah,
just
and
like
she
a
acted in movies and
Yeah,
everything.
and she was just CG.
Huh.
and he took her around, and she to the point where they were able to do like in-person stuff, right?
Yeah, they did interviews and stuff. And
Yeah.
I think like she was in movies, but her coworker or her co-stars and stuff didn't even realize
Yeah.
she wasn't real.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Because she did like all her scenes like separate because she was fake.
Okay, but and did everyone
What?
did everyone realize this?
I don't know. It's been a long time since I've
Yeah.
seen the movie, but that's what
Simone.
I remember.
And Simone, and like the one is the I's a one, and the
Oh, okay.
zeros an O, and stuff like that.
Yeah, that sounds like what,
Simone.
same technology.
Al Pacino read the script. He's like, okay, I'm on board.
This sounds like
Let's do this.
this is in my canon.
This is it right here. Hello, Oscar.
Yeah.
Oh God, it's pretty good.
It's really cool though. I'm into it.
Yeah.
I'm fully supporting this idea.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough to get mad at it. Like I said, I just don't like people acting like that's how I saw Sublime.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
yeah,
That's how I
right.
saw Nirvana. No, you saw a special effect.
Mhm.
And how do I feel? So okay, they get Queen, right? They're like, all right, the whole band, if everyone's still around,
Uh-huh.
and then okay, guys, we're just gonna project Freddie Mercury as your front man.
Right.
So what do you do if I'm the drummer of Queen and I'm just playing? I'm like, all right, they're just gonna have a holographic Freddie Mercury singing while I'm playing. That's sort of weird,
Yeah,
isn't it?
that is weird.
It's a little strange.
Nah, actually,
When
it
it's
could work.
rapping, it's you're just. I guess
There's no
it's weird for
band
Snoop,
behind you.
but it's still weird for Snoop Dogg too to just. I heard they were going back
Yeah.
and forth, right?
He like tried to pass him a joint and then it just dropped onto the ground. Burned part of the stage. It was weird.
Oh, jeez, that's pretty terrible and funny at the same time.
All right.
IKEA is making headlines. They're announcing furniture with integrated TVs, speakers, and Blu-ray, and they're not using those fake plastic stand-ins that they have at their stores. It's actually real TVs. I love those things, by the way.
Oh, like all the fake
The
furniture and
hollow
the electronics.
TVs when
yeah.
you just like flick it and it falls over.
It's like
That's
a big open house.
pretty good.
hmm
What kind of furniture are we talking about here?
So this fall, IKEA is going to be releasing their own home entertainment system. It's basically integrating a flat panel television, an HDTV, with a built-in Blu-ray player and then a wireless subwoofer.
The one
They're calling it
catch-
the Uplever.
The what? The
Uplever.
Upleva.
I don't
Oh,
speak
it's
Swedish,
some
so.
Swedish thing. The only catch, you gotta build the TV yourself. That was good. Was that like a Krusty the
Yeah,
Clown
it was,
one?
it was.
Yeah, this will be crazy. The first thing you never have to build by yourself.
Right, right.
And
Well,
they just
it's-
give you that weird Allen wrench.
yeah,
and they're
that
like,
tiny
"Here."
little thing.
They're like, here you go.
Hey,
Build this, semi truck.
cut up your hand with this thing.
Prices are going to start around $950, presumably for the 24-inch version, and then they're going to have a larger one as well.
hmm
They're also, in addition to a full-screen HD TV, flat screen HD TV, they're going to have a 2.1 surround sound. That's not really surround, but a 2.1
Right.
sound system installed as well. I don't know. Really good for like the college person
Yeah,
in me.
I guess
You
so.
know?
It's weird because last night I was catching up on my episodes of 30 Rock,
Mm.
and it was the one where they talk about vertical integration, and Jack wants to start making couches
Right.
because they want to pretty much capitalize on the entire home theater experience.
Right.
Is IKEA not trying to do the exact same thing? But seriously, when I read this, I thought it was a joke.
It
I
was-
thought they're like, yeah, IKEA takes a page from 30 Rock.
And then
creates home
Couchy comes
theater.
out.
Yeah,
You saw that?
exactly.
To introduce the new line?
Yeah, yeah. But this is it. Like, soon you'll be able to go to IKEA and just buy everything you need in your living room.
You'll just be by your apartment.
Yeah.
This little pod,
Mm-hmm.
that you put in the back of your SUV,
Right.
and you bring it home. And there's a little spot for the plumbing, little spot for the
Yeah.
electricity, and you're done. You have a house. Where'd you get? I got my house at IKEA.
No, it's
it's
fine.
cool.
They deliver the whole thing in one day.
And you put it together with this little Allen wrench. That's it, man.
But you can't ever take it apart because it would just fall, it would just disintegrate.
IKEA is a crazy place. When was the last time you were there?
The one in New York, I don't know if a lot of people know this, but you can actually take a ferry there.
Oh, cool.
Well, that's
and then
really
what?
cool.
And then what? Have like your dresser on your back
Yeah.
on the ferry? I don't understand.
Yeah, it's actually an old Chinese junk ship that you can take there.
IKEA is scary, man. You go in there, especially on the weekend,
Oh yeah,
and you got to follow those arrows.
yeah.
There's like a very, meticulously designed path
Mm-hmm.
that interweaves in and out of each section.
Mm-hmm.
Very affordable solutions for modern home living.
Yeah.
If you somehow deviate off the path, you're pretty much screwed.
Yeah.
Because your entire
That's
IKEA
true.
experience
Yeah.
is compromised.
And you can see other people that are equally confused when they
Yeah.
deviate off.
As soon
it.
as they
look
do,
very.
It's like a lost and found. There's like
Yeah.
a receptacle for
people
people
are just
just
wandering around like they're blind.
bumping into
feeling
walls.
things with their hands.
Where am I? God forbid you try to walk the opposite way on the track.
Yeah.
Men in yellow and blue suits come after you with their fingers wagging. No, no, no. Turn around, sir.
Oh,
You got to
man.
follow the path.
I always go straight to the damaged return furniture first
Really?
because there are some good deals to be had there on three-legged stools.
Are the
The fourth one's just put together with duct tape.
my favorite? I mean, that store is so DIY. It's like, why does anyone even work there?
Yeah, yeah.
Anyone besides the people who need to keep the shelves stocked.
Mhm.
You go and right at the end, right before that, you hit that massive checkout line. There's that warehouse section.
Yeah, you
Where
have
it's
to pick
just-
up your own
Yeah,
stuff.
it's like, what am I doing? No wonder this couch was $49. You know, I have to build it and load it into my car myself.
Yeah.
But the best are those little dollies you have. Riding them is so much fun. Have you ever
That's
like
true. Yeah, the weight
Yeah.
is perfectly proportional.
perfect, and they're greased perfectly. They have a lot of traction. It's a lot of fun riding
Yeah,
those things, man.
True.
Did you guys ever eat at the cafeteria?
Hell yeah!
Yeah. a few
they have good
times.
meatballs.
Oh,
Swedish
those meatballs
meatballs,
are
man.
delish.
Yeah,
How many of those can you fit in your mouth at once?
6. Been there, done that.
Yeah, we've all had.
Come
those
on now,
competitions.
we've all been there.
Oh my god.
We'll take a break. More 404 right after this. Please stick around.
This is the 404 MRFers, the show where we all sing songs.
This is Greg from New Orleans, and you're listening to the 404, where one day holographic Tupac Shakur is performing a concert, the next he's giving election results for CNN.
Yeah.
That was among the more awkward moments on television.
Yes.
You have a very out of place and awkward Wolf Blitzer
Mhm.
seemingly talking to nobody. And he's just like, Will.I.Am.
Will.I.Am.
That's what he said, right? It's pretty ridiculous.
Yeah, that was ridiculous.
Yeah. But at least that wasn't that like, that was more like the Star Wars projection message thing.
No, I was saying when we were talking about that Tupac segment, it's the same company.
Right.
Yeah, so they did pretty much the same thing.
But
which is why
wasn't
he was so
Will.I.Am,
familiar.
weren't they capturing Will.I.Am?
Yeah, I think so. And
Yeah.
they was in like a different room.
Right.
It was a live broadcast.
He was in the room next door. They were just sending him 10 feet. Yes, look for Tupac.
Tupac
on
Shakur
CNN
coming to an
you.
IKEA pretty soon.
Please.
In birch veneer.
There you go. Man, oh man. They just, the naming is the best.
What?
There's at IKEA, there's a product, there's an old photo of me holding a box that says Farty G.
Shut up.
I swear. They have something that's spelled out Farty and then G, the letter G. It's probably fartig. You know,
Oh,
look
right.
it up. But it's spelled out in English, Farty G. I'm not joking.
Hey, you.
You're gonna look it
Do you
up.
remember what the furniture was?
It was something handheld. I'm not joking. You're gonna find it, man.
How do you even spell that?
Farty.
Oh.
See, there it is. You
I
found
hate you. It's a triple ceiling. Hold on. Let me try to get it.
You found it, man. You're gonna find it. It's a real
It's
product.
a triple ceiling spotlight called the Farty G.
It is. Where is it? Do you have it there?
Right here.
There it is. Farty G. I
Farty
didn't-
G. I hate you.
Why is that weird? There it is. The proof's in the pudding, sir. And there's-
You dummy.
And there's a photo I took. Someone took of me in college, because college you always go to IKEA. And there's a box. And I'm holding the box, and it says Farty G on it. And I'm like, hey.
Oh
know?
my god, that's awesome.
Hey, it's lasted all these years. It's
Oh,
They
that
still
spotlight, I
sell
got
it.
it from IKEA. It's the Farty G.
it's the Farty. But I guess it's the Fartig?
Fartig.
Was that what you would call it?
Fartig.
I think that's a hockey player, too. Daniel Fartig. That's pretty awesome.
Oh,
I want to hear
laugh
good.
out
I want to
loud.
hear good IKEA stories.
Mhm.
There's nothing like. I mean, it could be the best or worst day of your life. There, it really could, depending on what kind of mood you're in. Really, it could all go south real quick. I hate it.
Mm.
Let's get into some more ridiculous news of the day. there's a fragrance modeled around Apple, and it's coming to a nose near you.
Oh, speaking of farts, this will just spray you right in the face when you walk up to it.
Let's hear about it.
This is pretty ridiculous, but it's actually part of an upcoming art exhibition in Melbourne, Australia. The
Okay.
Bogans over there have created a new scent based on the smell that emits from when you open a new Apple box.
Okay.
So this is actually, we've heard about this stuff before when we watched the Morgan Spurlock documentary.
Yeah.
There were a couple guys crowded around a comic book, like a vintage comic book, and they were like, the smell of it.
It's the
It's so
smell.
delicious.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so they're basically trying to recreate the smell of plastic.
Mm.
And this will actually encompass that smell of the plastic wrap, along with the cardboard box and the plastic components within the box, as well as the aluminum that Apple uses to make their products. And basically, I don't know, this just sounds to me like they're trying to recreate the smell of a Chinese factory, right? Is this really like, this doesn't seem
Foxconn?
revolutionary to me. Yeah. Eau de Foxconn.
Eau de Foxconn. Spray cologne.
Yeah.
Think about it. Sense and memory, those are all tangled together.
Right.
Like, when you think about the kind of scents that are available
Mhm.
for even like cars, like new car scent.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
What's the difference? It's the same sort of thing.
No, because the new car smell, that's all about like leather and
Yeah, but
Right,
I mean, there is something. I'm not gonna lie. It's okay to enjoy that smell. I think
right.
it's not okay to enjoy certain smells that are toxic.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
let me
Like,
say gasoline
Or glue.
or glue or magic markers,
Rubber.
something like that, or spray paint or
Yeah.
huffing anything terrible like that.
Right.
But I don't know, when I used to buy books, there is a certain, you can't help but smell it.
Yeah. Or
Even
like
if you don't go like right up to it, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? You still get a whiff of it when you go like, ooh,
yeah.
it smells good. I don't know what it is. It's just
smells gross.
that's what I always said about Barnes and Noble. The
Yeah.
only thing they had going for them was that unique smell that
That's
you get
true.
when you walk in the door. The smell of leather-bound books
Mhm.
and freshly printed, 30-pound, stock.
Yeah. I remember I would always smell new shoes when they came out of the box
Yeah,
too. Like
there
that
you go.
crinkled
Yeah.
paper. And
There's
you
something
open the
special
box.
about that. There you go. Richard, you can identify, right?
Yeah, I love the smell of new shoes.
Of course.
I also love new tennis balls.
Yes. Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Yes.
That
Yeah, I
you
totally know
are
what you
smiling way too much, but I think he's right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Tell
yeah,
me
yeah.
how many times have you opened up, maybe when you were younger, opened up a brand new
Can of
freaking
balls.
canister,
Yeah.
3-ball pens, and you're just like,
Yeah.
ha 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 ha. It's weird.
Canned balls.
Canned balls. Let's go. I want to hear from our audience. There are lots of great, unintentionally fantastic smells
Right.
in the world. I'm sorry, you open up a new piece of electronics,
Mhm.
something comes off of it, and it goes into your nostrils, and you smile. You do.
You know what I really always liked too is I always got dragged into the Sanrio store in the mall
What is that?
with my sister. Come on.
I do not know.
Don't make me emasculate myself by explaining what Sanrio is.
I will never avoid a situation where
Hello,
you can
it's the
emasculate
company
yourself.
that makes Hello Kitty products.
Okay,
So in the mall, it's always like the pink, brightly colored store,
sure.
and inside they would have it. I hope our listeners can know what I'm talking about, but it's kind of like a jelly sort of smell. It's like the smell of plastic wrapped around jelly. I don't know. It's weird. Maybe I'm
Okay.
the only one, but
Yeah,
I
I
really
mean,
like that store.
Everything has, now that I think about it, everything wrapped in plastic,
Mm.
once it's exposed to air for the first time, even like I'm going back to like CDs,
Yeah.
there's something in there.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. Maybe that's what's killing us. Maybe that's why the average age is declining. I don't know. But man, oh man.
What else smells really good?
I'm trying to think. You got a bunch of colognes and perfumes up on your screen right now? Are you
Yeah, I'm
getting
just
all
looking.
excited about
Well,
this?
there's this company called Demeter that I remember came out like maybe a couple years ago. They have like a lot of unique scents, like if you want to smell like brownies or cannabis flower, you can buy that.
You ever smell someone walking by and they're wearing some cologne or perfume that smells so good that the pheromones start to kick in, like any sort of thing where you're just like, man, I want to just, talk to this person and be like, what is that?
Oh,
Let me get some of that.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
like other dudes.
yeah.
Wait, really?
Or the dudes, or just like someone smells their cologne or perfume is so good,
Yeah.
and it just you instantly identify with them. You love
Walking
it.
around in New York, it was 86 degrees yesterday. I kind of got the opposite. I was like, oh, you are gross.
You are right,
Sir,
Yeah,
please.
yeah.
take a
No,
shit.
I understand that.
Yeah, you
Unbelievable. Let's hear
Yo.
about your favorite electronic smells.
Mm.
But for now, we'll get to our calls from the public.
Time to show the love. 866-404-CNET.
404.
Okay, calls from the public time. Spoilers were a big topic of conversation yesterday. Talked with Katie Linendahl about what it's like to have something really, really sacred to you, important to you, and have that ruined by a stranger's terrible. Here's another way to avoid spoilers, and our buddy has a little topic to talk about with the Hunger Games. Don't worry, he does not spoil anything.
Hey guys, Aaron from Champaign. I was calling in regards to the spoiler alerts when it comes to movies and books and stuff like that. I feel like I kind of spoiled the Hunger Games for myself. I was at Walmart getting ready to buy all 3 books. I'd just seen the first movie and I wanted to read the books. I made the mistake of reading the leaflet, like on the inside of the cover of the second one.
Oh.
So I kind of knew what was going to happen in the second one before I was even like 150 pages into the first one. So then the whole time I had this whole anxious feeling of I have to get to the second book so I can know what's going on, because it kind of gives you a decent idea of what's going to happen, but then you just kind of gives you that anxious feeling the whole time while you're reading the other books.
That's the worst part.
Yeah.
Especially when you try and, something's been spoiled, and then you have to, like, limp back into the thing and be like, okay, I know what's going to happen. Maybe I can act surprised.
Right.
And, and you get denied that feeling of innocence. You know what I mean? It's so
Don't even want to
bad.
bother anymore.
Yeah, really. If somebody ruined Game of Thrones for me, episode 9,
Uh-huh.
that would be the worst thing
I
ever.
would kill that person.
I would kill them and myself.
That's why you don't read the book first, dude.
Seriously.
Watch the movie, then read the book.
No, well, I disagree with that.
Are you about spoiling things for yourself? Like, do you know these people that like read the end of the book first and then backtrack to the beginning?
Terrible.
No, you don't do
What are
stuff
you
like that?
doing?
You know people that do that.
I personally do not.
Really?
I've heard of people
Yeah,
doing
I
that.
know a lot of people that
What are you? Who are these people?
They're just very impatient people.
I really like. Oh God, this brand new book. Let me flip to the back. Up, the Joker kills him.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Well, now I know that I shouldn't invest any time in caring
Right.
about this character. What are you, crazy?
What are you, 5 years old? Just
How
wait.
old are you?
Yeah.
Have some freaking patience, will you please? Women in tech was a topic we talked about with Katie yesterday, and here are some encouraging words from a teacher.
Hey guys, Professor Chuck from Elkhart. I was listening to your show with Katie, and you were talking about women in tech. As a electronics professor dealing in high-tech situations and classes, I only have 3 girls in our field of study at the school that I teach at. But I tell you what, those 3 girls, they wipe the floor with all the boys all the time. And thankfully, all 3 of them are quick to be vocal about it. I've seen in the last couple of years a kind of resurgence of women being interested in tech, which is really cool. I just like to see it get a lot stronger foothold. Thanks. Love the show.
So yeah, it's interesting to hear. He said that he has 3 girls in his class, but these girls kill it,
Yeah.
and they make the boys look terrible.
That's awesome.
I like
that.
hearing that.
Mhm.
I love hearing that sort of stuff. Yeah, I mean, it's a tough thing to sort of discuss, especially when you and I are both, last time I checked, men. So it's tough to really, sort of put yourself in those shoes.
Yeah.
And sort of, understand. Here's another call. Not sure we 100% agree, but let's hear what he has to say, and he also comments on a few other topics that we ran into yesterday.
Hey guys, this is Salt Lake from Lance. I'm just calling you up. I finished listening to the show today of the podcast with Katie Linendahl on again. I just had a couple things I wanted to comment about. Number one, you guys got to find a way to pay her to be on the show, because she could totally be Wilson's replacement, okay? Number two, I wanted to say I loved Justin's comment about Five Iron Frenzy. Best ska band of all time, and no one even knows who they are.
Right on,
And number
dude.
three, as far as women in tech, I guess just in my own experience, whenever I talk to because I'm, kind of like tech nerd, and when I talk to women, it just doesn't seem to be something they're interested in. Like, they just don't want to bother with it or learn about it. Like I try and help them out with their, like, cell phones or iPads or whatever, and they're just like, oh, I don't know anything about it, and they just have other fish to fry or something. I don't know. So anyway, wanted to call and give my 2 cents. You guys are awesome, and thanks. Bye.
I don't know if that's specific. That's a very vast generalization.
Yeah,
though.
I think I do find, we get a lot. I'm sure you get a lot of people hitting you up for advice and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I don't think one sex demands it more than the other.
Right.
I think it's an equal opportunity annoyance.
If these people already have iPads and iPhones and they're
Sure.
at least invested enough to buy it.
Yeah, no, but I'm saying, like, in terms of people asking you for help with stuff,
Right.
I don't find that it's more guys than girls.
No,
personally,
nobody knows about technology.
no one knows.
Universal ignorance.
You all have no idea. I mean, if you're listening to our show, you probably have some sort of idea.
Yeah.
But most people, it has waved bye-bye to them a very long time ago.
But what about websites like Pinterest, for example, that are vastly more popular with women than men?
Yeah, for
that's
sure.
Something that.
Let's be honest, though, that it is sort of a phenomenon, though.
Yeah.
I mean, for the most part, they're the number one.
Yeah.
They've just become. It is what it is. I don't know. Like I said, I think it's just a cultural dictation that is, finding its way through.
But I think the original conversation was more about women involved in technology,
Right.
like female programmers, not the women that are interested.
Exactly, for sure. So, yeah, good to hear that story about the guy with the teachers. So he says, 5 Iron Frenzy, that's awesome.
Yeah, love
a lot
that
of
band.
respect for that. And then Katie replacing Wilson. All right, man, if you got the money, let us know.
Yeah,
We'll,
Wilson never brought us gifts.
Yeah, seriously. I
What
would
did we get
love
from him?
that. Would mean she'd have to give us gifts every single day.
Yeah.
I could deal with that.
Yeah, I'm all right with that.
You'd be okay with that?
Yeah.
All right.
Chat room saying they want a Katie Linendahl scent.
Oh,
That's not creepy at all.
Well, yes. We'll work on that. I'm sure she might have a problem with that, though.
Yeah.
Give us a call, 866-404-CNET, or you can email us to 44@cnet.com. Again, we're pretty sure, not 100% positive, but we're pretty sure Friday, Wayne Brady will be back. We'll have
In
to see what his
person, right?
schedule's
Not a
like.
hologram?
No,
It'll
we're
be
going to
him?
have him here.
Okay.
Have him here. No hologram for this guy. And we'll talk to him about the Vita. Remember that?
Yeah.
Remember what he said it did to him?
He
He got a standing ovation over that.
He rose to the occasion.
Yes, he did. So we'll talk to him about that and a lot more. So get ready for that and hit us up when you can. We'll see you guys tomorrow. I'm Jeff Bacalar.
And I'm Justin Yu.
It's the 404 High Tech Lowbrow. Have a great Tuesday, and we'll be back with a brand new show tomorrow. See you guys.